That was loud, my bad. But welcome back to the channel, everybody. As always, channel's name is TheThirdErnest. I am Ernest Adiano III, hence the name. Y'all guys are the third fam if you're part of the subscription family. If you are not, and you like what you see by the end of this video, go ahead and click that little subscribe button down here, bottom right corner. The fam has grown like exponentially over the past like 2 or 3 days since I dropped those 2 NF tracks. So the NF family coming through heavy in this mud, and I appreciate that kind of shit. I had mentioned that I had wanted to do a Lupe Fiasco segment where I broke down the entire story of Michael Young history, his relationship with the streets and his relationship with the game. I've been wanting to do that for like months already. And I was gonna do it after those last 2 NF tracks, even though people had been wanting more NF, only because it's my fucking channel. I do what I want. Nah, I'm just kidding. But really, I had been putting it off, and I had wanted to do it. I had the itch. But y'all got saved because our boy NF, I just realized, is dropping an album in July. So I have to put it off one more time. I gotta get through this NF journey so I can understand what's going on the new album. And everybody's been telling me there's been a certain order that I need to listen to. And when I mean everybody, I mean fucking everybody. Look at all these comments. If you're new to the channel, what we call a train is whenever we do a certain artist a number of songs in a row. We literally back to back to back to back. We did a single song off of every Eminem solo CD from Slim Shady LP all the way to Kamikaze. So now this train that we're about to depart on is gonna be the NF journey. It's not gonna be every single song on each individual album. It's gonna be the songs that people have told me that have a specific order in order to tell the story in a specific way. And obviously the first one is gonna be intro number 1, the very first song off of his debut album. NF has been fire, so let's just go ahead and jump on into that shit and see what NF got at the very beginning of his journey, 2015. Apparently this was on Madden. I don't play Madden, so I don't know, but it's a good way to get a lot of hype out there. You got that caution tape, the green tint. You're right, it's in every video.
I'm looking like I'm gonna get it, you probably don't get it. I come in your house with a microphone looking like I'm about to set up a show in your kitchen. I'm out of...
Hold up, I wasn't ready for the fast spit, my B. Let's go back again.
I'm looking like I'm gonna get it, you probably don't get it. I come in your house with a microphone looking like I'm about to set up a show in your kitchen. I'm out of my mind, but I feel like I'm in it. If I never make it, don't make any difference. I'm still gonna kill it. You know what the deal is, and there ain't no chilling when I'm in the building. And if it's a monster, I am a villain. My music is sick and you don't know.
The boy can spit. From what I've seen from his style is that he's not very complex, like I said on one of the last... I don't know if I said it in the video or in the comments of the search, but someone had commented that he's not really a lyricist because he doesn't spit like complex bars. And I'll give you that, like his rhymes are not, you know, they're not the most complex in terms of complex wordplay and alliteration and complex double on, triple entendres, that kind of thing. But he's definitely a lyricist in the sense that he can make you feel the emotion that he's trying to conjure out of you just based off of the things that he's saying and the way that he presents himself and presents his music in his music videos. That camera shake, that seems like it's something that's signature to him because it's on his most recent song and it's on his very first song or music video. And then we got that RGB split. And RGB split is whenever we take the video and then you can see green, red, and blue. Let me see if there's an example. There's nothing to break down in terms of what he's saying so far. He's just saying that he's here, he's arrived. Welcome to it, the NF journey.
About to set up a show in your kitchen. I'm out of my mind, but I feel like I'm in it. If I never
See
make
that
it, don't
camera
make any
split?
difference.
See
I'm
how you
still
can see
gonna
those
kill it.
colors?
You know what the deal is, and there ain't no chilling when I'm in the building. And if it's a monster, I am a villain. My music is sick and you don't know what ill is. You better get back at it right.
My rhymes are so sick and you don't even know what ill is. NF is a monster, he's a villain. He's a villain in his own head. It almost feels like I'm watching Star Wars. I started with the last song and then I gotta work my way through the catalog all over again. I'm kinda hyped about that.
It's a monster, I am a villain. My music is sick and you don't know what ill is. You better get back at it right. Any fella, I write what I feel and I'm feeling a million. So you better be quiet, you hear it? I'm about to lose it. I'm on a whole different level of music. Treat me like I have no clue how to do this. You better rethink what you're thinking and move. Now picture me writing with...
He said, you better rethink what you're thinking about me. Fire. And I like the beats are so downplayed. All you get is just like a bass drop and a synth drop every like 8 bars, every 4 bars maybe, and that's it. It makes you focus on the words and it makes you focus on the spit, which you need to because he's definitely going in right now. And before we move forward, his camera shake has definitely gotten a lot better, and from 2015 to 2018, because he did a camera shake right here and all it really did was split the image and then shake it a little bit, but it's much more convincing in the search video.
Picture me writing when I was a kid trying to make it in music. I think it is crazy. Spending my money on studio time so they get on my music so people could play it. Keep it 100, my music was terrible. Learn to get better the more that I made. Go back to my moments album. Most of you people, you probably don't know what I'm saying.
Bruh, he said go back to my Moments album. Most of you people probably don't even know what I'm saying. I was terrible. I admit that I was terrible, but I got this fucking passion in me, and I spent all my money, I spent all my time in the studio to make it better so I could tell my story. That's that real shit that we're here for. Everybody starts off terrible. Everybody's first videos, if I go back to my first video on my channel, my very first vlog, I'll probably be like, what the fuck? Like, why did I even put that out? Why did I think that was fire? Just like he thought his first album or that shit that he listened to was fire, but nah, he's like, now I've arrived, bitch. Let's go.
Go back to my Moments album. Most of you people, you probably don't know what I'm saying. Hold up. What you witnessing now? Don't try to figure me out. I grab on that microphone, jump in the crowd. They was laughing at me. Who they laughing at now?
They was laughing at me. Who they laughing at now? Don't try to figure me out. These are some bars. This is where he keeps the bars like bathtub edges. My ivories and my doves, my levers and my zesses. Takes half of your bubble bath to match the freshness. That's why I want to get on Lupe Fiasco, because you probably didn't know that that was even him with that fucking spit right there.
Figure me out. I grab on that microphone, jump in the crowd. They was laughing at me. Who they laughing at now? I laugh at myself. Some people, they looking like, wow. The moment you told me that you was a rapper, I couldn't believe it. You believe it now? Stepping up to the murderer. You never heard of a rapper that killer like I do. I sleep on the couch in the studio, stay up till 3 in the morning and write till I get moved. The moment I wake up, I feel like I don't even sleep and I'm ready to put on my record. Well, thank you for buying. Maybe you burned it. But either way, I'm gonna wreck you. Look at the industry.
Bro, I'm fucking hyped right now. I wasn't even feeling that great when I started this video, but I was like, fuck, I promised a video, so I have to make it. But now, like, all that feeling of nastiness, because I had like a migraine that I had, is out the window, and I'm just fucking hyped. He said he stayed up in the studio till 3 a.m. sleeping on the couch, and the moment that he woke up, he was inspired, all that shit. That's what you do when you have a dream. You fucking grind. And he said the moment you told me you was a rapper, I was like, wow. I couldn't believe it. You believe me now, bitch? Whew. That doubt is just fuel for the fire, fuel for the passion. You better be ready to give that shit your all. What was this fucking guy thinking right here? Imagine how that looks like. You don't know what's going on. You turn down the street and all of a sudden you're on like this low budget music video. To think he came from this. His last video was shot in Iceland with a full on budget and camera crew and he directed it.
But either way, I'm gonna wreck you. Look at the industry, look what it did to me. You'll never make it if you never grind. You put a whole lot of money into it, you better be ready to give it your time. I think it's the best of my years of my life, and I promise you I've been giving it mine. Try to keep up with this, I'm not a puppet, no string on my back. I'm one of a kind.
He said, I'm not a puppet, I don't got a string on my back, I'm one of a kind. Shout out to the NSYNC shirt I was wearing in the other video, no strings attached. But he said, you put all this money into this, you better be willing to give it your time. I gave it the best years of my life, I've been giving it mine. Woo.
I'm one of a kind. Music is changing, no way to tame this. I am an artist. Look what I painted. Hang up the caution tape, I'm dangerous. Does anyone know what my brain is? Rappers are comfortable knowing they're famous, but I really don't care what your name is, and I really don't care if I'm nameless. Y'all just driving around. I know what my lane is.
Y'all just care to be famous. I don't even care if I'm nameless. Y'all just driving around trying to figure shit out. Me, I know where my lane is. If you're trying to be great at anything, you need to have that conviction within yourself to know that you know where your purpose is. You know where you're destined to be, and you're gonna do whatever it takes to get there. This is fire. He said, I'm an artist, look what I painted, hang up this caution tape. I'm dangerous. Going back to the search, when he talks about his anxiety that he has on stage, he says, that's when my thoughts can get dangerous. Just tying it all in already from the first to the last song. And then he says, does anyone know where my brain is? And points to his brain. But then also, that's his house. Just like in the search, he says, something funny's going on up in my house. Sick shit, bro and broettes. In case anybody's wondering, this channel is like 91% men to 9% women that watch these videos. So those women that are out there watching these videos, much love. We need more women that actually like lyricism. And not that, fuck that shit, give a fuck about it. I hate that song.
I'm just driving around, I know what my lane is. I keep no competitive, this is a job for me, it's adrenaline. Don't try to box me and I am able to come in the ring, my punches are weapon. I never trip and I live in these bars. What you think is the moment you lost? Say you a king, I'll put you in charge. Care what you think, I'm breaking your car. I'm on top of this on the
Nima? Same. He said, I don't drink, but I be in the bars. Talking about these rap bars. He said, you claim that you're a king, but who put you in charge? See, now he's spitting those actual bars. Now he's spitting bars that people think would be considered on the more complex side, not so literal. Even then, they're still simple enough to where like it gets the point across, but you're not losing the message in the wordplay. And I've said this on one of my Eminem videos before. A lot of people like older Eminem before Recovery because of the fact that his lyrics were more straightforward and he was not as complex in terms of the wordplay and in terms of the entendres and all of the different, similes and metaphors. So people that are just casual listeners of rap, Recovery forward, his lyrical has gotten so technical and so complex, which is fire and it's genius, but unless you're able to catch all those bars and unless you're able to break down lyrics in a way where you can hear that shit, a lot of the message is gonna get lost within the lyricism. That's why Joe Budden's bitch ass thinks that all the music that Eminem has been putting out lately is trash. All he hears is the complexity of the rhymes. He doesn't actually hear the message that's behind him because he can't get past the complexities. But back to NF, he said, this isn't a job for me, this is adrenaline. Don't try to box me in a corner, cause I'm Mayweather, my punches are better. Whew. And then just back to breaking down and being analytical on the video. He's getting rid of that caution tape because he's breaking out of his shell. You've awoken the sleeping giant. Hey. I'll show you what dope is, and I ain't talking about smoking. I'm talking about showing you emotion through these bars. Son, this is the first song on his debut album? That has an emotion. Look at this mic, it's part of my family. Take it away, I'm coming to find you. I've been through a lot of my life and it's hard to get people to listen when no one's behind you. And then Capital came in the picture and gave me a shot. And look at it now, I look at the team I'm dealing with. These people ain't playing around. Looking back, I got a lap. I was in a whole different place a year ago. I look at the map, and thank you God, I swear it's a miracle. And I'm sorry, but I gotta leave. But man, this track was beautiful. The least I can do if I murder a beat is take the time to go to his funeral. The least I can do if I murder a beat is take the time to go to its funeral. He said it's hard to get people to listen to your shit when no one's behind you, but then Capital came in and stepped up, and look at these crew he's working with now. The shit is real. He's here, he's in the building. And then when he says, looking back a year ago, I look at the Mac and then look at the map. I don't even know if I heard right. Is it Mac, like Mac 11? Like the gun, like he was gonna commit suicide, but he ended up not doing it. He looked at his vision map to where he's gonna be in his life, and thanks God that he didn't take that other route. Just let me check the lyrics real quick, make sure that I heard that right. Because if not, that changes the entire perception of that last part of the song. Oh, he says look at the math, like mathematics, and then look at the map. Boy, that's even more fire. Like, look at the math. Like, look at the odds that were stacked against him. And then look at the map. The map physically where he's from, which is in the middle of fucking nowhere, Michigan. Like, who even comes out of that place? And then also the map that he had for the vision where he saw himself going. And thanks God, because it was a miracle that he made it out and made it to where he's at. Boy, fire. I'm on board. The train has left the station. I'm here for this NF train. That song was fucking fire, son. That's your first song on your debut album. No one had even heard of you. And to be honest, whoever curated the music for the Madden video game, that song is a fire video game track. Like the hype as you're picking your fucking team. That's the first track out of this journey. I'm glad that we started it. What's the next song? Everybody says Mansion, which is literally the next song on this album. I don't know if it has a music video for it or not. It might just be only audio. But Mansion is next. And then what should be after that? Drop it in the comments because I need to know. I have a kind of a rough sketch of where we need to go with this shit, but I want to make sure that I'm going in the correct, proper order. And I don't want to be throwing in songs that aren't part of this timeline. I'll eventually get to them, but I want to make sure that we're being efficient on this NF journey and NF timeline, on the storyline that he puts out in his songs. Appreciate everybody that's watching that. Like I said, if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit like, it helps the channel. Leave a comment on if I missed anything, because like I said, these are first reactions, so the breakdowns are not going to be as complex or as in depth as a full-on breakdown of a song that I already know. So if I missed something or I missed something in the video, go ahead and let me know. The video right now, since it's his very first one, there's obviously not a whole lot of... He's setting the building blocks, he's setting the foundation for all of the different subliminal things that come in later videos. A lot of people had said on the search that there's a lot of things in there that would be explained if I watched the other music videos, so it's starting with this one. Thank y'all guys for coming along on this journey. I'm super pumped about it. Thanks to all the new subscribers that have subscribed and become part of the family over the last 2 days. It's like the most the most subscribers that I've gotten since I reacted to Killshot back in the day. But, you know, share the video. Share it with other people. Let's get the channel growing. Let's get the family growing. And that's all I got to say for now. See y'all guys in the next video. Peace.